Good evening and welcome to Global Lens on Apna Watan TV. When the world locked down in 2020, we told ourselves it was temporary. Just a few weeks, they said, we'll bounce back, we believed. But 5 years later, are we really back to normal? Or did we just stop looking at the damage? COVID-19 didn't just shake our lungs, it shook our systems, our health systems, our economies, our faith in science, and perhaps, worst of all, our ability to prepare for what comes next. Today I want to talk to you about what the headlines are not screaming anymore. The aftershocks of the pandemic, ones that are quietly devastating lives. Let's start with what the eye doesn't see. Mental health. Already a taboo topic turned into a silent epidemic after COVID. Students lost critical learning years. Young people faced isolation, anxiety, and loss of purpose. And frontline workers, doctors, nurses, even janitors in hospitals, many still suffer PTSD from what they witnessed. We are seeing burnout at levels never imagined. Medical staff is leaving the profession. Educators are overwhelmed, and mothers are shouldering the emotional weight of entire families. And in countries like Pakistan, where mental health services are scarce or even mocked, the pain lingers in silence. When the world obsessed over COVID-19, something else happened in the shadows. Diseases we once had under control crept back in. Measles outbreaks in places with low vaccination rates, dengue fever surging in South Asia, including right here at home. Tuberculosis making a comeback, and not just in slums, but in middle-class communities. Why? Because during COVID, routine vaccinations were delayed, clinics were shut down, public health workers were reassigned to emergency duty, and when people were too scared to go to hospitals, small infections turned deadly. While beating COVID, we gave other diseases room to grow. But perhaps the most dangerous legacy of this pandemic is invisible and already inside us. Antibiotic resistance. It sounds technical, doesn't it? Like something out of a science journal, but it's very real and very close to home. During COVID, antibiotics were prescribed like candy, often unnecessarily. Doctors, overwhelmed, didn't want to take any chances. Patients also demanded quick fixes, even when the infection was viral and not bacterial. And now we are paying the price. Every year, drug-resistant infections kill nearly 5 million people around the world, and that number is growing. Imagine this: a small cut that won't heal, a routine surgery that turns into a deadly infection, a child's ear infection that doesn't respond to any medicine. This is not a distant future, it's now. In Pakistan, the crisis is worse. Self-medication is rampant. Antibiotics are sold over the counter like Panadol. Pharmacists, often untrained, play doctor. And the public has been conditioned to believe that if there is no medicine, we are not being treated. There is little regulation and even less awareness. This isn't just a health issue, it's an economic issue, it's a survival issue. If antibiotic resistance continues at this rate, by 2050, it could kill more people than cancer. So what do? We stop demanding antibiotics for every cold and flu. We educate the public, starting from schools. We train doctors to resist pressure from patients. And most importantly, governments must regulate antibiotic sales like controlled substances. But change won't come from policy alone. It starts in our homes, in conversations, in how we talk to our children about medicine, in how we challenge the myths in our own families. The pandemic may have ended, but the emergency hasn't. We are living in a new era, not of COVID, but of consequences. Let this not be another chapter we read about in regret. Let's not wait for another lockdown, another wave, another funeral to open our eyes. It's time to stop being afraid of the world healthcare. It's time to start investing in awareness. Because the real war, the one against ignorance, misuse, and indifference, is still being fought. And every one of us is on the front line. And if no one's talking about this, we just did. This is Saadia Afzaal for Apna Watan TV.
You are watching Apna Watan.